Foxtrot, this is Lima Bravo 5, Mike Alpha.
Lima Bravo 5, Mike Alpha. Very good afternoon to you, old man, and thanks for coming back to me. My name is Mark, that's Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I'm in the southeast of England, just about 20 kilometres southeast from the city of London, and hearing lots of Norway on 10 metres today. I'll give you a report on the next over. Lima Bravo 5, Mike Alpha, this is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot.
Okay, Mark, and thank you for answering my call there. My name on this side is Sigurd. I will spell it for you. Sierra, India, Golf, Uniform, Romeo, Delta. Sigurd is my name, and my CBS is about 5 metric miles north of the city Bergen on west coast of Norway. In fact, it's northwestern of Norway. So, your report is 5 by 4, not the strongest signal, but I can use you all the way. So much back to you, Mark. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, this is Lima Bravo 5, Mike Alpha.
Yeah, Lima Bravo 5, Mike Alpha, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot returning. Sigurd, very nice to hear you today. And yeah, like where you are, a lot of the Norwegians that I'm hearing are on the west coast, places like Stavanger, etc. You're just switching between 5 and 3 and 5 and 5, and also some splatter. Somebody's quite nearby. I did choose a frequency not usual. A lot of people like to sit on the 0s and 5s, so I've stuck on a 3 where it was nice and quiet, apart from some over the horizon radar noise. And while you were talking, someone else came up, but it's not a problem. I can use the IF filter and get rid of them. Yeah, but you're between 5 and 3, 5 and 5 as expected for sporadic E. I'm using today an IC-7300. It's one of my more modern radios. I don't often use this radio, but everything else needs attention and work at the moment. The antenna is a 5/8 wave vertical, and my power about 100 watts from the radio, Sigurd. So that's the story. Back to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mark. My equipment here is SpE-IC-7300 Alpha, and the antenna is an inverted half-wave long wire, or it's called it. By the way, there are some details you see on the signal, but readable all the way, and on the top you went up to 5 by 7. 5 by 7 on the top, Mark. Yeah, Stavanger is further south from here. I think I am approximately the same distance as Stavanger is south, if you understand me. My English is not good, so I'm sorry, but I think you maybe understand what I mean. I live on the south of Sognefjord. Degrees centigrade. My talk to you, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, this is Lima Bravo 5, Mike Alpha.
Lima Bravo 5, Mike Alpha, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot returning. Well, absolutely fantastic, Sigurd. I mean, your English is far better than my Norwegian. My Norwegian is absolutely zero, and maybe I should learn some as well, because so many people in Europe speak such good English. I do sometimes try to speak German, I sometimes try to speak French and Spanish and maybe even Italian. When I was at school back in the 1970s, I did learn some French and some German, but once I left school and I discovered drinking and motorcycles and ladies and all sorts, I just forgot all of those foreign languages, which is a shame. But Scandinavian languages, no, I know a few words in Swedish and that's about it. So that's the story there, old friend. But yeah, your end-fed half-wave antenna working surprisingly well. As I say, I'm using a 5/8 wave vertical, but of course the orientation doesn't matter, but the type of antenna. Well, that's the story, Sigurd. If you'd like to know Whiskey X-Ray today, it's actually a very, very nice day today. We was expecting rain, but we just got broken clouds, lots of blue sky, and the temperature's been about 18 degrees Celsius. So it's been a nice warm day, and I just came into the radio about 30 minutes or so ago just to see if anything was happening, and of course I noticed the sporadic E. I could hear your beacon, the Norwegian beacon, Lima Alpha 5 Tango Echo November, was very loud half an hour ago. That gave me an idea that propagation would be between our countries. So back to you, LB5 MA, this is M0 JCF.
Yeah, okay, Mark. All copy again, and I can tell you, I have not learned English at school at all. I'm an old man. I'm just over 79, so we didn't learn English at the school when I was a child, and we had to pick it up by TV and radio. We used to listen a lot to Radio Luxembourg, and I took my license in 78, I think. I think it was 70. So that's the story here. I have been work with the radio. I like to build. I have to build several QRP stations and antennas, a lot of antennas. I like that kind of activity more than before. And by the way, I have been working with radio on my job as well. I work on the oil refinery and had the responsibility for about 2,000 VHF handy-talkies in my life. So that's the story here. Much more to tell you, I'm sorry. But I enjoyed this nice QSL, and I will QSL on QSL if you will. And by the way, I put all my QSLs over there. So that's the story here. I thank you and wish you a nice weekend, and all the best to you and your family. Back to the final Mark. Mike, Lima Bravo 5 Mike Alpha, and you can notice 5/7 in the log with QRP.
Absolutely fantastic, Sigurd, and 5 and 7 is a great signal. I logged you in QRZ. I'll log you as 5 and 5 peak. Yeah, there are lots of QSB, but we expect that with sporadic E. As I say, I also have splatter from nearby. That station wasn't there when I started calling, but obviously he can't hear me, and I'll be the gentleman and just ignore him for now, and maybe QSY myself. But great to speak to you, Sigurd, and your English is fantastic, and you're still a young man, 79. I'm 62, so I'm not much younger than you, but I enjoy the radio. I've done radio since I was a very young boy, since I was 10 or 11 years old. And, you know, it's a fantastic hobby. I have many hobbies, but the radio one's still fascinating, still very interesting. And yet I worked throughout my life as a telecom engineer. Then I got into analog television, then digital television, then IT. Then I retired 2.5 years ago. So all time is now pleasure time. You have a fantastic weekend as well, Sigurd. Look forward to working you again. If not on 10 meters sporadic E, maybe I'll catch you on 40 meters if you use 40 meters. Take care. 73 to all the family, and thank you again for coming back to me. It was very nice, very interesting to speak to you. Good luck and bye bye for now. LB5 MA M0 JCF. Cheers.
Bye bye, and nice signal.
Yeah, cheers, Sigurd. And who just said nice signal? Is that you, Guy? G0UKN, possibly? M0JCF?
Negative. It's Mike 3, Did you talk to me? This is located just north of Aberdeen, and you're 59. This is what you said in the last over.
Okay, several stations came back to me then. There was a Mike station, LB5MA. I wasn't speaking to you, Sigurd, if you're still there. Apologies for that. But there was a Mike station, and somebody also mentioned north of Aberdeen. So there might be two Mike stations, I'm not sure. So the person who was the Mike, if you could come back to me first, and if there are two of you, I'll sort it out from there. So the Mike station, please go ahead. M0 JCF in southeast England.
Yeah, okay, it's Mike Alpha Whiskey Alpha, Mexico 3 Alpha Whiskey Alpha. Name is Gordon, and I'm just north of the city of Aberdeen on the northeast coast of Scotland. You're 59, over.
Yeah, thank you, Gordon. Mike 3, AWA. Gordon, you know what, Gordon? I think we've probably worked before, most likely on 10 meters sporadic E. Thanks for the 59. I wasn't watching the meter then. I was busily writing down the correct call sign in my book, and also getting a timestamp of 1546. It was 1546 British summertime. So apologies for that. I'll give you a report on the next over. But you know what I do? I'm going to check on QRZ now, because that's quite interesting. Let's see if we've worked you before. But anyway, if I have or haven't, Gordon, today I'm using a 5/8 wave vertical antenna, which is what I always use on 10 meters. I'm using an IC-7300, and I'm using about 100 watts out the back of the radio. So let's just stick you into the logbook here and see if we've worked before. You may have worked me as well as 2E0ERX and M6LJX. I don't know, but anyway, I'm waffling on because I'm typing and writing at the same time. Look at that. We've worked 5 times before on 10 meters, Gordon. I knew I recognised you. And in fact, you worked me as well with Mike Romeo 0 JCF for the coronation of King Charles III. So the last time we worked was 2023, and prior to that was 2021 was the other one. So you've been a long time in coming, but I did recognise you. Big waffle over. Back to you, MM3 AWA M0 JCF.
Yeah, in my logbook, Mark, and nice to work you once again. 10 watts, as I have done for the past 20 odd years, and the 300 also with original microphone, and the antenna is a 260-foot doublet antenna here on the Clifftop QD8. So that's the story, Mark. And I think there was a couple of other stations calling, so I'll have the courtesy. I won't hold it, but you're really a good signal into northeast Scotland this afternoon, and nice to see some sporadic conditions here on 10. Have a great weekend, and I'll catch up with you again. Maybe not so long before the next one. Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Fox. Mike 3 Alpha Whiskey Alpha 73. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Mike 3 Alpha Whiskey Alpha, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Two things, Gordon. Your 5 and 5 is the peak. You're peaking 5 and 5. I do have splatter on this frequency. but it's not affecting you at all. And before you go, before you're 73, can I just try to drop my power to below 10 watts for you, just to see how that compares? It'd be nice to not give you a 5 and 9 with 100 watts, but to give you a meaningful signal while matching your power, if at all possible. Is that okay before you go? Back to you.
Not a problem. As I say, I've used 10 watts on SSB and only 5 watts or less on CW for the past 20 odd years, so give it a try.
Yeah, I'm now using about 8%, which is about 10 watts, barely moving the power meter. How do you copy there, Gordon? MM3, AWA, M0 JCF, QRP.
Yeah, you're 5 by 3 mark for 53 on your low power, over.
Yeah, got that. Back up to 100 watts now. I just wanted to confirm that 5 and 3. Well, that makes sense because your signal on that last over was about 5 and 2, 5 and 3. So it looks like the QSB's working in both directions. Okay, there. I see we've worked QRP before as well, Gordon. In 2021, on the 3 contacts we had, we worked with 10 and 5 watts. We must have been experimenting and playing around with the various power levels. So in 2021, say 3 of the contacts we did QRP. Then there was another contact, nothing. I didn't write any notes. I say the last contact was the Coronation King Charles III. There you go. But anyway, we're back up to 100 watts. Go and do what you need to do. And thanks for calling in. Absolutely fantastic. I do love some inter G on 10 meters during sporadic E. Cheers, mate. Have a great weekend and look forward to the next one. MM3 day, WAM0 JCF.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mark. There is some QSB on the frequency, as you said, but all copied 100%. Have a great weekend, my friend, and I'll catch you soon. From Mike 3, Alpha Whiskey Alpha. Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate. Take care. Good luck. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, southeast of England. Nothing is heard. CQ, CQ, CQ 10, CQ 10, CQ 10, CQ on 10. Here is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot. 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 Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Fox calling 10.